What's up guys, DreamcastGuy here, talking today about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This game is full of surprises. For a series that's grown so stale, we finally have one that's worth talking about. Let's jump in. In the campaign, we're playing as Jack Mitchell, US soldier and badass motherfucker. His mission in this first level is beyond destructive. The damage is just awe-inspiring. Playing this on the PlayStation 4, I actually shielded my face at one point while watching an explosion. It's just that realistic. The gameplay is fun, but what really makes this single player more fun than any prior one is the fact that you join this company called Atlas right after the first mission. This is a private military company owned by Kevin Spacey and his character Jonathan Irons. So you no longer have to have an excuse for why you're fighting, which I think was a smart idea. So many of the Call of Duty games try and make you have this moral, awesome objective, that you're not just killing them terrorists, but you're actually trying to save the world. And in this one, they're kind of like, just go over here. Go to Africa for a bit. Go to Korea. Go over here and start to climb around. One mission that's particularly interesting is grapple hooking around these bases at night, using the exosuit to scale buildings, shoot foes, come down from above, double jump, and do everything you've always wanted to do, which actually keeps catching me off guard. Playing a Call of Duty campaign almost feels like a tutorial usually. It feels like they're walking you through a giant destruction-filled tutorial before you jump in online play. But this is a game that actually has a campaign worth playing, a story worth hearing, bad guys worth shooting. Is it just another Call of Duty campaign at the end of the day? Yes, but you're going to remember it. You're going to have some fun with it, and you're going to see some interesting places day and night during it. Well, what about the multiplayer, you're asking? Well, that's a different story altogether. The multiplayer game modes are very interesting, and they actually brought back a few classics. The thing that I love the most in multiplayer is the new game type uplink. It's kind of a mixture of like football or basketball, and you actually have to pick up items around the map and run them to a goal and slam dunk them in. But with an exosuit, ultra speed, bullets flying everywhere, grenades going off in your face, it's a new interesting challenge, and it creates this extra idea to it. It's not just pew pew, I killed you, my kill-death ratio is great, but it's my favorite game type of all, and it really excites me because it makes me know that Sledgehammer Games sees Call of Duty for what it's supposed to be. Fun for no reason, and I respect them for it. In previous Call of Duty games, they had a system called Pick 10, where you have a series of points and you can customize your multiplayer character with them, equipping certain guns, adding certain abilities, and making it where your character has a certain skill set for a certain job. Typically, people built one set and stuck with it forever. I know I did. I had a few variations for in case somebody called in a jet and I needed a rocket launcher, but really, one size fits all was the way I did it. That was impossible in this game. With the new Pick 13 system, you have more variation ability, more wiggle room to make different sets, and in the different game modes, you are going to need them. Sometimes you're going to need increased speed, sometimes you're going to need to double jump higher, because on really vertical maps, he who jumps highest shoots more heads. Everything about this game feels so much faster as I'm climbing walls, grapple hooking around, using jump jets, stabbing foes from behind. I feel more powerful. Overall, the game has a very interesting feel. It's kind of Titanfall meets Call of Duty Ghosts. It's a great mashup of both, but at the same time, it still almost feels vacuous. So many of the maps are big and tall and still feel so empty. It's all so obviously built. It almost feels like they had an unpaid intern in the back doodling on a napkin and they went, turn that into a fucking map. There's a lot of maps. None of them are quite as small as some of the maps we had to deal with in Black Ops 2. Everything's a lot bigger and taller and more interesting. It's all split into these interesting tiers now, so you can choose the one that you really want. They also sort of brought back the zombies mode in the new Exo survival system, where you're fighting off waves and waves of target, including double jumping badasses and gigantic robots trying to swat you out of the air as you grapple hook around the map. Let's go to the ratings board. Here we are, the big board of sexual ratings. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 finding out that your girlfriend's a duck, and 10 being your girlfriend's a bisexual co-ed who wants to experiment with other girls, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It's your first three-way. That's how high I rate it. But I want to add a caveat in here. Typically at the end of my reviews, I tell you whether or not I think you should buy it. And at this point, I will not say, because I don't know. The game is fun, but I'm going to be trading my copy in after this. The game feels so empty. I just don't know what the overall point is. Typically, I'll play a Call of Duty quite a long time. Many people hated Call of Duty Ghosts a lot. I actually really liked Call of Duty Ghosts. It wasn't the best game ever, but every map was so big and multi-leveled, and the weapons were so interesting. And while a lot of that has carried over to this game, I feel like it's almost a trailer for a bigger movie. This is clearly going to get turned into a trilogy at least. And when I'm playing the first game in a trilogy, I can't help but look at it like Mass Effect 1. The Mass Effect trilogy is amazing. Mass Effect 1 kinda sucks dick. This has been DreamcastGuy. If you like this video, share it somewhere, comment down below, and subscribe. When I get 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 to a random subscriber. So keep gaming, keep reading, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.